Hey guys, Chris here, aka Bricknit, and today we have Steph as well, aka Mrs. Bricknit. And today we're doing a weird one because we had a couple of questions when we did when you did your little your vlog. Basically, Steph bought 9 pick-a-brick cups, which are here right now in front of us. Now, a lot of people are asking, kind of, what's it like during the COVID kind of outbreak? How do you do pick-a-brick now, or and the minifigs as well? So, basically, what happens is, from what we did, because we did a couple, and then these are some here as well, is they basically scoop out the bricks with a little trowel thing, kind of like a pick and mix if you're doing food, and they have gloves on as well, and they have to do it for you. So you just say, I want some of those, and they kind of do it and put it in the bag. So we've done it with some pick-a-brick cups from the Milton Keynes one as well, but we haven't done it with this. And people are asking if it's worth it or not, and I was thinking to myself, actually, is it worth it? So what we thought we'd do is we'd kind of grab some of these. I'm thinking 3 to start with, but we'll go through, see how long this takes, because it could take absolutely ages. But we're going to tip these out. We're going to then look at how much it would be on Bricklink and Lego.com for the pieces that are in each of these. Yeah. Okay, so let's move these to one side. And I think we'll start off with an easy one that's not too hard, which is this one. Now, this is light bluish grey, or light stone grey, I think it's called, on Lego. And it is pretty much just 1x3 bricks. So let's try this one and see what this one actually has inside it. Okay, so we've just done that, and sorry if you can hear some background noise, but it's raining in this country, really annoyingly. It always rains, and there's quite a lot of glass in this room. But we just did the first calculations, and there are 281 1x3 light bluish grey bricks in this cup. So, looking at Shop at Home, they are 13p each. And you said that these were £11.99. I thought these were £17.99, but they're £11.99 in the UK. Yeah. So that means that they were, what is it, £36.53 if you wanted to buy that from Lego Shop at Home. So that is a massive saving. That's a third of the price.
It's incredible.
That is crazy. So let's just have a quick look at what it is on Bricklink as well, just because I wanted to see on average what it is on Bricklink. We'll do it by the average shop price in the UK. So obviously America, this will vary. Bricklink's not as good in the UK, I find, but you never know. Okay, so taking a look even in Bricklink, it is 0.06p for light bluish grey on the 1x3 brick, which then equates to £16.86. So it is still about £5 cheaper to get the cup, but that was only someone that had a couple in quantity of new. So I went on and had a look, and the one that had the most in quantity was actually 0.08. There was actually some that were like 50p each and 0.18, but I decided I'd try one that was kind of similar. This guy had quite a lot of quantity, and it was 0.08, which still then made it £22.48. So definitely cheaper if you want to just get a full box of 1x3 bricks on the pick-a-brick wall. So obviously these are quite a big brick as well, so I was quite surprised that one was good. I thought this one would actually be a bad one. So I think next what we'll do is we'll do something like this one, where it has lots of the 2x8s in the cup. So this one's got 2x8s and it's got some 1 brick, so a bit more complicated with this one, but we'll have a go and see how much this one is, and see if it's any cheaper doing it on the pick-a-brick. Okay, so this cup was a lot harder to calculate, obviously, because we had basically 2 types of bricks. We had the 1x1, I'd say, SNOT brick. It's just got a SNOT piece on one side, so pretty nice piece there. And then we had a 2x4 brick in light bluish grey as well, which are these ones. So I originally thought, don't get these ones. That was my brain said, don't get these because they're big and they take up a lot of cup room. So I wanted to look at these ones first. So what were these on the pick-a-brick?
On pick-a-brick, these were 32p each.
Yeah, so that's on the Shop at Home pick-a-brick is 32p each. So we got 48 of them in this cup, which meant that they were then, is that
£15.36.
Right, £15.36. So they're already more expensive than the entire cup, because the cup was only £11.99. If you look at these on Bricklink, if you look at the very cheapest, we found them for 18p in the UK, which then meant that they were £8.64. So then, okay, so that's not quite enough for the cup. But if you looked at quantity ones, they were 23p was the cheapest I found. Some of them were like 60, 70p, but I went for the cheapest one, which was 23p, and it went up to £11.4. So we're only then 90p under, roughly. And we have a load of these. Now this is where it gets interesting for the Pick-a-Brick cups, because with these we got 333 of these in this cup, as well as 48 of the bricks. So on the Pick-a-Brick online, they are 13p, 12p.
Yeah.
They're 12p, which meant that they are staggering in this pot, £39.96p in these bricks alone.
I only added them to fill in the space as well.
Yeah, just to fill in the space. Which we then looked on Bricklink again, thinking, oh, well, Bricklink will have them. Okay, so the cheapest that we found those was at 5p on Bricklink, which then meant that even this alone, it was £16.65 for those alone. So again, Pick-a-Brick cups, way cheaper. And if we wanted to fill this, you could easily fill 500 or 600 of those, because these took up most of the room. And they seem to be about 5p, depending on the quantity anyway. So they were a pretty stable one. So that's not too bad. But then when you add them all together, for the Pick-a-Brick online, it worked out at £55.32 for that cup. Now that's 5 times more the price, which is absolutely ludicrous. And if you did it through Bricklink, it was still 3 times more expensive at £27.69p. So there you have it for those two cups. So this one is a bit of a mixture. Not as good at these. Again, these aren't the good quantity, I wouldn't say, for the price. Okay, so another thing to point out about this is that they're in the lid at the moment because they're all the hollow bit at the bottom, because we counted the 2x8 bricks first. So what you're going to do is, if you are doing it, you still have to ask the guy or the lady, whoever's actually filling the bricks, do the small ones first to get them in, and then the big ones afterwards. Because as you can see, there's quite a big difference in how much you could fit in there if you wanted to. But you can't pack it yourself, like I was saying, but it's still definitely worth the price to do this yourself. So now I think we'll go on to one that's a bit different. Maybe we'll go on to this one where there's lots of green bits and lots of tiles, to see how much this one racks up at. I'm thinking this one will be even more expensive than that one.
Yeah.
So this cut was definitely the weirdest one and the most expensive in lots of weird ways. Actually, Lego at Home was actually cheaper, the bricks and pieces cut on some of the things compared to Bricklink, than it was to the others. So then the first one was the brown circle tiles. So they're 2x4 brown circle ones. So they were 0.7p, is that right? So they were 7p on the Lego at Home Pick-a-Brick wall, or 2p on Bricklink. So we got, how many was it that we got of those?
104.
We got 104 of those, which then made it £7.28 on the Pick-a-Brick online, or £2.08 on Bricklink. So not too bad. Bricklink's pretty decent for that. So if you wanted to get those kind of tiles, you can probably do those without having to go to a Lego store. Not too bad there at all. But you could fill an entire cup of these and those and get a lot of them. We didn't really have many of those in this cup.
No.
So next is red tiles, 2x2 dark red tiles. Now these are quite rare. I didn't realise that these are rare.
No, there was only 6 sellers on Bricklink.
There are only 6 sellers on the entire Bricklink worldwide, and they were going for like 50p each. I think it's 49p. So this one is ridiculous because we had 132 of them. So if you did it through Bricklink, that would equate to £64.68. So that's a bit unfair, but you can buy them on Lego at Home, which is £9.24. So not too bad. Pretty expensive though. That's pretty much the entire cup for just a couple of what we got in here, because tiles don't take up much room. So next we had the plant, like the shaft bit, the bit that doesn't have the flowers on. We had loads of those, like the stems. We had 197 of those in here, which equates to, on the Pick-a-Brick at Home, would be £13.79. So again, just for that tiny bit in the cup, it paid for itself. Or £3.94 on Bricklink, because they were only 2p. So that shows where parts like that are quite common, definitely cheaper to get on Bricklink than it is on the Pick a Brick at Home. Then we got what's the plant plate?
It's these ones at the top.
So plant plate is these ones in bright green. They're like the new kind of style. Again, they're quite a common piece. They are 6p on the Pick a Brick at Home, which makes it £20.88 because we've got 348 of them in the box. Or they're just 2p on Bricklink, which was £6.96. And then last but not least, we also had dark tan tiles, which are 2x2 tiles again. And we got 262 of those, which then equated to £18.34 on the Lego at Home because that was 7p each, or they are
30p.
Wow, so apparently the cheapest on Bricklink for those was 30p, which was £78.60 in total. So
that was at any quantity kind of.
Yeah, like a highest quantity kind of one.
Not like 3 in a shop.
Yeah. So in total for all those, the Pick a Brick at Home was a total of £69.53 for an £11.99 pot, which is absolutely crazy. Or for Bricklink, it is a ridiculous £156.26. Now, we know that was unfair, so what we've done is we've calculated it, which we had brown tiles from Pick a Brick, the red tiles from Pick a Brick instead, the plant shaft would be from Bricklink, the plant plate was from Bricklink, and then the dark tan tiles for Bricklink. So basically, mash them both together at the best prices, and it still came out to £40.56, not including any shipping either, because obviously you have to spend over £50 at Lego at Home to get free shipping, and you'll always get shipping charges and package charges on Bricklink. So that's crazy. I mean, this is definitely the pot we've got the best money out of. We do have another 6, but I mean, this is basically shown, wrapped up with these 3. We've got the 1x3, which is standard bricks, one that's got lots of little bits, and then we had the one that had kind of a mixture of big and small. Still can't close the lid. Don't know how the guy managed to put this one together. So it has shown that it is cheaper, definitely, to get it from the Pick a Brick wall at Lego, even in COVID at the moment. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We enjoyed doing it, although it was a lot of counting. But if you wanted to do this in the future, we might do little hauls of these and kind of count and show you what we've got and how much they would have been on Bricklink or Bricks at Home. If you want us to do that, it'd be awesome. Let us know in the comments down below. But other than that, we will definitely be doing some more hauls. I think we'll be going to Lego pretty soon to get the new Mos Eisley and the Christmas sets. We'll probably end up picking up a few more Pick a Brick cups then. Especially now, I know that it is worth the money, especially if they are bricks that you actually want in your collection. But other than that, have an absolute awesome day. If you enjoyed the vid, then if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. And as always, keep bricking it.